Well, after 2 weeks in the freezer, we are finally starting to pull out of the chill in the eastern half of the United States. Thanks for clicking on to the Tuesday edition of Vogan's US Outlook. We have seen a record stretch of cold weather extending from Christmas Day all the way to yesterday, the coldest on record for much of the eastern half of the United States. So a remarkable record to achieve at this time of the year is testament to how powerful, how prolonged this cold spell has been, and now we are starting to see the changes taking place. How long will it last? That is the big question. Is the worst over? Well, I think, to be honest with you, it would be an awful difficult achievement to see worse in terms of cold than we have seen in the last 10 to 12 days or so. But this change has allowed a system now to start to come into California, of course, blocking high pressure over the western half of the country, opening the door to the freezer further east. But now that we've flipped the upper air pattern around, we're going to see the opposite taking place. Troughiness over the west means we're going to see wet weather for California, which of course will be good news. And indeed, we're going to start to pull winds not from the northwest but from the southwest over the eastern half of the country. So we could be talking about temperatures, believe it or not, well into the 50s by the end of the week in places that have been stuck below freezing day after day. I mean, some of the temperatures even down in the North Carolina were remarkable, close to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, icing, and it really has been an amazing cold spell, and it will be long remembered as an impressive cold spell. So you can see here, as we go forward off the GFS, we've got weather all the way into the Baja California, so it's not just a Northern California thing. Then the high pressure itself starts to push offshore, and therefore with the trough in the west, the high off the east coast, we're going to introduce much milder conditions for the eastern side of the nation. Then we're going to keep our eyes on a system that will be gathering over the Texas Panhandle, the Oklahoma Panhandle, plenty of snow associated with that, and the cold air over the west. And then as it pushes east, we've got rain, but also heavy snowfall. Now, what is interesting here, while we've got this warm up, we've seen milder conditions up into the upper Midwest, the Dakotas, the Central Plain states. What we're going to see, however, is this system pushing through, and it opens up another surge of Arctic air. So that system is going to have heavy snowfall, potentially blizzard conditions through the Dakotas, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and then we open up the freezer once again, allowing another surge of cold air coming down. Another system follows, almost a kind of Alberta Clipper type system, keeping our eyes in the eastern half of the country, starting off with rain, then it changes over to snow, so we could replenish the snow cover once again over the east after losing it. And of course, that 1046 high drops south, building as it does so, and of course you can see the thicknesses back down into low 500s once again. So that system looks as if it's going to be a doozy, I think, for parts of the northeastern half of the country. Heavy rain on the coast, but we could be talking about heavy snowfall inland. That system clears out, the cold air comes in, nothing anywhere near as severe as what we've seen, and then we have more cold air. So what we're going to see here, folks, is we're going to get a bit of a January thaw, a brief one for the eastern half of the country. Warm at the moment across the Central Plain states. Then we start to see colder air once again coming down. But I think as we push towards the second half of the month, I think that's when we start to pull out of this for a bit. We could see a more prolonged spell of milder conditions. But as you can see here, area of low pressure over the southwest of Canada, high pressure over the Tennessee and Ohio Valley, and of course there is not an awful lot of cold air now over the northern plain states here. So it looks as if we get another shot of bitterly cold Arctic air, then we start to clear things out during the second half of the month, which means we've got a more significant thaw, a much milder pattern, classic of some of these years gone by, where we have tremendous Arctic outbreaks followed by pretty much tremendous January thaws as well. So a lot going on. Keep it right here, and I'll have the latest in the coming days. Bye for now.